Greetings, disruptors. Probably shouldn't look at myself on here. Thank you all for being here tonight. We are going to talk about business of you and the first step in the business of you. I'm creating a workbook for you, and so I'm testing it out here first. And it is around clarifying your vision and your purpose, right? We're talking all things you and you doing the business of you. This is how we get our shit together. As you know, I am called to serve um, women that are struggling to get their shit together. And you could insert the blanks for shit. That could be your life, your business, your health, your money, your time management. What does that really look like in your space? You could be recently divorced, um, experienced a loss, and you're stuck, you're struggling, whatever that is. We're going to work on really helping you move forward in your life so that you can have your financial and time freedom and live a life that you love. So, I'm your girl, Coach Selina, uh, also known as the Disruptor Coach. And so, we're going to really disrupt some things. I want you to get in the mindset of really believing and knowing that you can have the life that you desire. And it starts with your vision. We've all heard the scripture, write the vision, make it plain, but it's so true. Things get much clearer when you start to write them out. What's going on in your mind sometimes will deceive you, and things get clearer as you begin to write. I love journaling. Some days you may not feel like doing that, and that's okay. But know that it's a way to help you and get all of that stuff out of your mind and in your heart on paper, and you can see it really, really clearly. And then the other thing that starts to happen is it makes room and space for other ideas, other other things that you probably did not even know was there. This is how we make space to receive and get the things that we truly desire. Um, in line, in alignment. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about this. I got a question for you. Are you living a life that feels aligned with your purpose? Like what does that look like and feel like for you? I believe that what that feels like in the short version is, what would you do for free? Like if money wasn't an option or an obstacle, rather. I think I get a little nervous when I'm on here with you all. I'm still getting comfortable, so bear with me. Um, what I've found is whatever you're willing to do, whether you get paid for it or not, is likely your gift and what you're called to. Some things could be what you enjoy for certain as well, but most people don't believe that um, they could be compensated or make money from it be because it's so easy, it's effortless. But I'm here to tell you that that's not true. I am, you see, I I'm a witness to that, and it's what happened to me. You see people that you see them trying and doing different things, and it just seems so effortlessly, and you got to try harder. I would say part of that is because of society and societal norms say, hey, you grow up, you get a job, you get the dog, the cat, the kids, the wife, the husband, all of those things, and that may or may not necessarily be true, right? um, it just looks different. You end up working in a job that does not fulfill you, or you're not using your skills, and or maybe you went to school and you got that degree and you're not in the field because of whatever reason. Life happened, you needed to support your family sooner than you thought you would have one, all of the things, right? And but there might be something that's gnawing at you. The vision that you see your life being, you can really feel it and see yourself in it and walking in it, and it won't leave you alone. That's what's called you. That vision is calling you, and you don't necessarily know how to get there. All right. Well, let's just start with this. Start with, what does it look like? What does it feel like? Let's just write that down to get it all out. Don't think about the who, what, when, where, how, and why. Just think about visualizing yourself in this space and place. Doesn't matter how you're going to get there, any of that. Doesn't matter who says what or what you believe. Your life is possible if you start focusing on the business of you and not all of the other outside noise, all of those things. We just want to be right here, right now, and the focus is all you. When you close your eyes, where do you see? What do you see that life looking like for you? I see me being in somewhere sunny. I can wake up each day and see the sun and walk outside, have the sun shining on my face. Um, I can walk barefoot outside. So we're going to start with that. Like, start with what is in your space. What do you see there? Right? What does that feel like? Who's there? What kind of clothes would you wear? What kind of experiences would you be having in your life at this time? Do you see yourself owning your own daycare? Do you yourself having your own business? Do you see yourself teaching, training, or creating? Are you creating things? Do you like to work with your hands? What would you need for there to be a beautiful space for you to be able to do that? What would that look like? Really, really hone it in. Get a clear picture in your mind, in your heart. See how it feels in your body when you do it. Does it does it is it like a feeling of fear because you've been conditioned that maybe you can't have it because you got to do the dots a certain way or make the steps a certain way? Remember, block that out and just allow yourself to float and dream. I imagine seeing myself in crystal clear water all the time, and where that might be. I've been called to Africa. So that's something that I want to do, go lay in the crystal clear waters of Tanzania and see what it holds for me, because it keeps coming up for me. So that could be part of your vision and the journey that you want to take and have in your life. I don't want to live there. I know I want to live somewhere tropical, right? So what would that look like? And just start with one thing in that area of what your home space, um, what your life would look like. Maybe you absolutely know. Let's get that thing marked down here, right? What would that look like? Because the Most High is in the suddenly business. One thing could be true today, and something entirely different can be true tomorrow. We want to be thinking about this because your life is going to look entirely different in a year from now. You're going to pass the time anyway. So why not pass the time working towards what you truly desire and not what somebody else wants for you? You've done that long enough, right? How's that feel? How's that working out? Right? Someone has put you in a box and you've realized you don't even know who that person is or like that box, right? So now it's time to get out of the doggone box. You can do this. I've done it, and you know, it's almost like learning a new process or skill or something because you are used to what you've been doing, right? It feels comfortable, or maybe it feels so uncomfortable now, it's forcing you into a change because you know you're out of alignment. And being in alignment can feel uncomfortable at first. And some of the reasons is because maybe you don't feel worthy. Maybe you don't believe that you deserve it. Maybe you don't believe um, that it's possible because you haven't seen someone else doing it. Well, that's the thing about a vision too, that you got to really understand. If it's your vision, no one else is going to have that vision. It's going to look different because you're unique, you're made up of different things, so your journey may look a lot different. And so it's for you to walk that path and bring to light. Okay? So clarifying your vision is about you painting that clear picture of where you want your life to go, what you want it to look like, what you want it to feel like, what those experiences that you want to experience in your life. Okay. And it's okay. We're just putting it on paper. That's not going to hurt a thing. Okay. Just put it on the paper and see where it takes you. Just let your heart and your mind just pour all out so that you can make room for these things to happen. Okay? All right, we're going to get rid of that disconnection and all of that so that we make room for connection. Okay? So, why is vision and purpose important for you as a disruptor? You become a disruptor because you're no longer fitting in that box. You've made the conscious choice and decision that you're going to break free from that and what that looks like. Okay. So you're going to disrupt old patterns, old thinking. We're going to make a mindset shift. That's part of what you're going to have to do and who you're going to have to become. We're going to examine what the limiting beliefs are. Maybe somebody told you that's not possible, or maybe the old version of you, it wasn't possible because you didn't believe it yourself. But that does not have to be true today. You can decide at any time to change your mind. At any time, you could change your mind. Okay. And that's what we're here for. You've decided that I want to tap in and see what is this business of you. Can you imagine just focusing on yourself, let's say for 6 months? All things you, getting to know yourself, what you truly desire. This is part of the first step, right? What do I truly desire? What do I really want? You've been doing things that you don't really want, so you already know what that looks like and feels like. Now let's get into it around what it really looks like and feels like if you could really have it, right? Let's talk about that. So if you're listening out there, talk to me. What is your vision? Tell me about your vision. Tell me what's holding you back from living that vision. Drop it in the comments, and I promise you, I will speak back. Okay. All right. So, second step is, why is your vision and purpose important for you as a disruptor? Um, you need to know where you're going to get where you want to get, right? That's important. And when you clarify your mission and vision, you set the stage for everything else, everything, because then we can back into it. Like, what are those things that we desire? What are those things that you want to do? What kind of boundaries do we need to set to get there, right? What do we need to put in place? Remember, boundaries are for you. They're for you to get your needs met. Never heard of them? Well, we're going to start today thinking about that. Does it look like you need to drink more water, get more rest? Does it look like maybe you need to take on a part-time job so that you could start putting in place and saving money to get you where you want to go? What does that really look like? Right? It will all start to fall in place the moment that you move towards it. So how do you clarify your vision? Let's get started. I have a few questions for you, okay? Um, the first one is, what would your dream life look like in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. So just start with that. Where do you want to be a year from now? What do you want to be different? Let's take, because you eat the elephant one bite at a time for sure. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just look at 1 year. 1 year from now, what do you want your life to look like and feel like? Then write on the paper, what do you want it to look like and feel like 5 years from now? You know, it's okay. What do you want it to look like 10 years from now? What do you want it to look like 20 years from now? Because once you get the hang of it after 1 year, right, you're just going to keep going and knowing, hey, oh my God, it's possible. I didn't think it would be possible. Absolutely. All right. My next question, what are the core values that you want to live by? One of mine is being clear. I went through life for a very long time, what I like to say, with foggy glasses on. I just didn't know. It looked like it felt like it at times, because I was just living life, right? No real purpose other than to be the best version of myself for my son. So that was driving me. And quite honestly, that was my purpose. It was my purpose to be the best person and mother to my son that I could be. Treat him with respect, show him what unconditional love truly looks like by loving him in that way and loving myself. I just didn't know how to do that for myself. It was easier for me to do it for someone else at the time because my grief was in play, like so many things were in play that I had no idea, right? I thought it needed to look and feel a certain way, but I also started to realize that I had to answer what my intuition was telling me to do because it was guiding me and it was God. I didn't know it at the time. I just knew Spirit said, go here. My heart said, do this and do that. And I started following it. The more and more and more and more, it felt right. And I was fearless back then, 25, 26. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was fearless about that baby. It gave me the will to show up. So what does that look like and feel like for you? What do you want your core values to be? I wanted to be honest with him. I wanted to be honest with myself. And I still want that today. Look, you are stuck with yourself. You can lie to yourself all you want to. It's not serving you. Unless you're lying to yourself and um, saying things that um, are helpful to you. And I'm trying to think of a scenario why you would lie to yourself to be helpful. Um, yeah, don't do it. It's probably not a good habit. Right now, a good example is not coming up of why you would lie to yourself, right? You might lie to somebody else to help save them or you know, shelter them in some way that is necessary for their well-being, because maybe people can't always um, take and have the truth. But I don't subscribe to that really either, because sometimes holding back the truth is just, it's more hurting than helping. In most cases that I've seen, it drags things out. Um, it keeps people out of alignment. So let me not get off on a tangent with that. So I don't know where that came from, but just don't lie to yourself. It's not helpful to you or anyone else. What would you regret not doing or becoming if you didn't take action now? So ask yourself, what would I regret not doing or becoming if I didn't take action now? That is one of my values. I don't want to live a life of regret. So don't do anything that I would regret doing. And don't not do anything that I would regret doing. If I would regret that I didn't do something, that is a key indicator to me that I should do it. Go ahead and do it, because in life, what I've learned is most people, what torment them is what they didn't do, not what they did do. Because then you got an outcome, you experienced it, you know what it is, right? So it's what they did not do. So what that's one of my values, not to live a life of regret, to be clear, to be transparent, to be honest with myself and others, right? So think about that. What are your values? Because that's going to guide you on your vision, right? It's going to help you get to your vision and not doing things that don't align with you, right? That's the indicator to tell you something's off. That's when your gut and your intuition come in. Okay? Helps you really fully get there. So once you answer these questions, um, it becomes your vision. It starts to put your vision in place. So it's not enough to just dream about it, right? Now we're going to get concrete and really be honing in on what does that look like? What does my dream life look like? Right. And that's all of the pieces in the dream life. Maybe it's some tangible things like a car, but maybe it's big things like going to learn Spanish in Puerto Rico or in Spain, whatever version of that is. I have a desire to speak Spanish fluently. So I'm going to take on a tutor. So that's one thing that I want to do. I want to be tutored by somebody that can teach me to speak Spanish fluently. Okay. So you put that in there. Don't disregard the small things because they add up to the greater things. Okay. Um, define your purpose. Your purpose is the inner fire that tells you your reasons why, right? Why? Why the vision matters. And only you know that. No one else can tell you. So they can probably tell you what they see in you to help you. But the whole big deal is here, my friend, my disruptors out there, you have got to go inward. This is where this all starts. It's all in here. It's all in here, right? So I know sometimes it's painful. You don't want to go in there and you don't want to know what's in there, but that's where all the magic is. That's really where all the safety is, right? When you bring it out, maybe one of the desires is to build a support system that you truly need, therapy, your medical doctors that you need. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been working on to get clear. I also have a support team around me. I just started my business, but because I went through some narcissistic things and um, it calls things into questions all the time. So I want to be clear. So I wanted a team around me to support me as I build this business. Normally that doesn't happen in the early stages, but this is not the first time that I've created and I'm building a business. And I know what is going to work for me until I feel clearer and strong enough and still be able to move the ball forward. It is worth the investment for me to be supported in that way. Okay. I am worth the investment to be supported in that way, just like you are. You understand that? It doesn't matter what other people think. This is your vision and what you need and what you desire. Okay. Um, so think about why do you want it? That's part of it. Why do you really want it? Why do you want to speak Spanish, Selena? Because I love going to tropical environments, and a majority of the tropical environments that I've been in thus far, they speak Spanish. I love learning about local culture and supporting the local culture in those environments. So I want to take the time to learn. It's a desire that I have, right? So I can't do that if I don't identify that and put it down, right? So that's why. So keep it really simple. It doesn't have to be grandiose. It can be those little things. You can also have them as well. So next year, I will be speaking Spanish because I'm going to take on that tutorer. I tried doing it with Duolingo. Yeah, that's just not it. Okay. So what are you going to do? What's that first step in the vision that you want to take or that you want to pursue, that you want to create? What impact do you want to create? Ask yourself, what impact do I want to create? What would that look like? The impact that I want to create is I have actually two really huge visions. One is for my coaching practice here, Disruptor Coaching, and that is to empower thousands of women to step into their power, know their true identity, use their voice so that they can bring their mission and visions to life on purpose. And to be able to do that, they need financial and time freedom. They need the confidence in themselves to know that. So if that's you, this is why we're doing this. It all starts with this first, because then we make the plan for the vision. You know, don't let life keep happening to you. You were designed to happen in life. There is a divine essence that you came to this earth with, and life has just been piling and weighing on top of you and weighing you down, but no more. We're stopping that bullshit. Okay? We got shit to do out here in these streets, and I am the person to help you get there. Okay? All right. So, who do you want to help? How does it tie into your vision? Think about that. And there are going to be things too that don't necessarily tie into your vision, but you desire them and you want them because you enjoy them. So there's purpose-filled work, and then there's things that bring you joy. You can have them both, okay? But write it down. Right? There's no, like, take up space. There is no limit to this. Expand, expand. Part of the problem could be that you haven't felt expansive enough, that you just been staying inside the lines, following the rules. Well, this is your vision. You ain't got to follow no rule. You can be disruptive, you know? Don't tell yourself no. Don't limit yourself. Other people may have told you no, but do not tell yourself no. Okay? Talk to your talk to your higher power. If they've placed that thing there and it's not leaving you alone, they know that it's going to come to fruition. There are going to be paths and things that are going to happen in your life, and you're going to wonder why it's happening, or why things are changing, people are leaving, things are falling off because you are getting in alignment, baby. It is your time. It's going to feel wobbly. It's going to feel crazy. It's going to look crazy, but it's gonna be all for your good, all to the good for you. I promise you. I promise you. Okay? So let's recap. I gave you four key things around your vision and your purpose to clarify your vision and your purpose. The first one was, what does clarifying your vision and purpose really mean? The second one was, why is vision and purpose important for you as a disruptor? Or maybe you don't feel like you're a disruptor yet, but you're about to be. Okay? You're going to get there. Three, how to clarify your vision. And four, defining your purpose. Okay? All right? You got that? We broke it down. We got into the meat of that. So next, what is up? Um, I know it can feel like it's a really big task for you to do this, figuring out your vision and aligning with your purpose. But you got to start somewhere. Start today. Decide you're going to start today. But if you don't feel like you can do it today, you don't have to do it alone. That's why I created the Clear Vision Workshop, right? As I was on this journey and I was working with my life coach, and she was asking me the same things about, like, what are your vision? What do you really want it to feel like? What do you want it to look like? Let me tell you, don't discount feeling. Because what I've learned, a lot of people have these dreams, they desires, and they get there and it is not what they thought it would be, right? Because they missed the feeling part, what they really wanted it to feel and look like in the getting. Because society has us doing a lot of getting, get in the car, get in the bag, doing all of the things, keeping up with the Joneses and needing the designer this and the designer that. And those things really don't fulfill you. They're nice to haves, but they're not really what's purposed in your heart. They're not going to fill you up because it's not necessarily purpose-filled work, you know? So let's really think about that. So what I got going on Tuesday, October 29th, at 7:30, I've got the Clear Vision Workshop. The link will be in the description of this video. You can find it on all my social media platforms. I want you to get registered. It's totally free. I'm not charging you a thing. Um, but I'm giving you all of the tea to really create the vision and make it plain so that it comes out to your dreams to reality plan. You've got a guide. We're going to talk about that. It's a 90-minute session. We're starting at 7:30. I find that people get caught up on 7, and 7:30 is a sweet spot for me too. It's on a Tuesday. I want you to share it with your friends. I want you to pop in. Um, Make sure you got your pen, your paper. It's a workshop, people. We are not just going to be twiddling our thumbs. I want you to come get all of the meat, all of the tea, and get started on your journey to you, to the business of you. So that's step one in my 7 steps. I have another video that I did a couple weeks ago talking about all of the steps, so you can go find them there. Today, we are only talking about the step one, first step, right? Um, how to clarify your vision and purpose. All right. What will you gain from the workshop? Um, you'll gain clarity. You'll have a plan. You'll be in the workshop with other like-minded people. We do some brainstorming together. So you're going to come away with other ideas that maybe you hadn't thought about um, to get you there. I also preview. I created a clarity calculator to really help you define all of this in one place. And it's like the cheat code. It's a 10x of your vision strategy, right? And what your vision would look like. When you use the calculator and you're done using you're never done using the calculator. Let me tell you that. I'll let you listen to the testimonials around that. They'll be in the link when you register. There's a beautiful couple, the Pokes, and they talk about how the calculator has blessed them. You get a preview of it, and you are welcome to also be able to take advantage of that calculator yourself. Okay. But first, we're writing it out when we first get started. Um, yeah, and so it's a deep dive into your personalized vision and purpose for your life. I call it the dreams, the number 2 reality plan, because that's where we're going. We're going to make your dreams a reality. Okay. And so this is a personal invitation from me to you to get in the workshop and imagine, because there are other people out there, right, that are in the same position that you are in, feeling out of alignment, feeling stuck. Their life has been disrupted totally. But now you're going to take back control and you're going to be the just one doing the disrupting to the thing that disrupted you. No more of that. Okay. So if you're ready to take the next step, click the link in the description and get yourself signed up and be ready to go on Tuesday, October 29th. Okay. All right. So don't wait. Join me now and let's get this thing on and popping. Okay. Share your thoughts in the chat of this video if you've taken the time to hang in with me and watch, and let me know if you're ready to start the business of you. If you drop the strong arm symbol or the word vision We'll send you the link also to get in the workshop if you can't find that link. Okay. So that's my time here. I appreciate you all being here with me on this journey. As I know I make a lot of ums and mistakes and all of that. It is not meant to be perfect. We on a journey, y'all. We gonna get there though. Okay. I Let me know what you're thinking, where you think I can improve. Join me here next week. I do have a guest that will be on. Um, and I'm always open to guests. So click that link if you are a coach. That is the only requirement. Sign up, pick the date that you want to be on, and let's go help and change lives. That's what we are called to do. Okay. So until next time, I look forward to our time together. All righty. Let me get in here. Until next time, meet me here next week, okay? See you later. Take care of yourself.